Well, I
That's
don't.
what he did.
Well, I don't have a witty banner this time to start, so
You thought the
however,
last time was witty?
Wait,
it
there
was
was a
at
banner
least
the last
something.
time?
And I think you talking about the intro with the draft thing. Is that what you talking about?
I mean, speaking of intros, Dave, what I seen in the video was not a fan of. I don't know why Frida said that was okay.
Again, if
Oh,
you all
Hey,
have,
hey, 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 hey! I look. I am not judging you. I am not criticizing you. I
I
am only
like the
stating my
idea of it.
personal preference, and I do not like the idea of a Star Wars type banner.
Yeah, I'm
That's
surprised we didn't
exactly
get
what I
sued.
like. You can't get sued for writing words in vertically ish.
So
I,
apparently, the intro
I,
for
I,
today's
I think
show is
if he starts like in the time, using like the direct words that Star Wars uses at the beginning of each of theirs, I don't think he can technically do that legally.
Well, go for it.
I mean, it's done. If you all have better intro,
Redo it.
by all means, you do it.
Look
Um,
on Fiverr. I'm sure somebody can give you intro music or something else, or someone can like read over
there
something
was
in a
some.
dramatic voice or
There was
something.
another app that I was using, but they trying to run me some money for using it because I used some of the downloaded some of the stuff that wasn't free on it.
You mean to tell me that you were gonna pay for an app?
No, I paid. I already know that
You know everything in
the
America
app
is
is
free,
free.
right?
The app is free, but like you know how some of the sound stuff on
No,
it
you can get the
wasn't
full
free.
version for free. You messing around.
Well, here you are. You download it. You figure it out, my man.
I am occupied more than some, more than all. I
Um,
would, but I
I don't know.
can't.
I'm thinking like this. If no one in the comments mentions anything about the intros,
No one's in the comments but Leo.
that
well,
is true.
nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong with
oh, we have people in
just
the comments.
like one comment from like
Leo.
2 videos ago.
Hey, it doesn't matter. We have people in the comments.
David
responded.
responded back to him.
Yeah, but
I think I liked it. Like when I was like, hey,
if no one says anything in the comments, then I'm leaving it alone. And if no one comments, that means nothing is wrong. If you
I'll,
haven't, if people
I'll be
out
there.
there
I'll be there in the
watching this,
comments as soon as this is
you don't count.
uploaded.
If anyone out here watching has an issue or doesn't like the intro, screw you. It's like, I mean, let us know. We'll do better. We were work in progress. Comment on the intro. Look at that. Perfect timing. Yeah. Tell me what you
Seems a
think.
little late at the end of the combo. He's gonna do thumbs up.
Comment on the intro. Thoughts. I don't care what your thoughts are, your opinions.
I was gonna say I
I'm
think
asking for it, but
yeah, clearly. But honestly, what are the thoughts and opinions? Because I would like to make this better.
I want to do better. Help me.
So
Silent, yeah.
on to today's episode. I think if we're all in agreement, Sharita, would you?
Robert, I think that at this age you
Yell
are
it in my
too
ear.
old to be using the word in the middle of conversations. Get through your thoughts.
Yeah, put a banner up now that says no.
It's gonna be a drinking game. You watch the old podcast.
So back to the topic at
He's
hand.
talking to y'all.
Sharita, do you have something you would like to share?
He's trying to show you.
Oh,
guys.
he
I just
lost
lost a
his
tooth.
Yeah.
Big boy,
Whoa.
big boy.
Say I shut up. I say see I just seen him a week and a half ago. That tooth was there.
Is it two teeth? No.
Nah.
Yeah, I
No.
see.
I had the comment to make, but it,
Was there ever a tooth fairy that
That's not a real thing.
does he know that?
Yeah.
yes, as long as you don't raise your kids up on that, you're good.
Hey,
You have your kids sitting there thinking they're gonna get $5 for losing the tooth. Not at all, brother. Stop stop eating all that candy. I see those caps on those teeth too.
I
So-
normally got 10 to
Who's
25
that?
cents a tooth.
I'm sorry, what was it, Dave?
Said 25 to something. What? This choose?
He's only getting 25 cents per tooth.
10 to 25 cents per tooth.
Robert got money when he lost a tooth.
I'm saying I don't remember getting anything.
Yeah, same.
Well, I got paid when I was in foster care. I didn't get paid.
Paid?
out of
Is that
that.
the term you're using? Paid?
paid
So
in
they
voucher care.
basically bought your. Is the tooth fairy buying teeth if they lose money? If they leave money, is that technically
No,
buying your tooth?
It's a dying business. Then.
I
I think they're collecting the teeth, but leaving you a gift.
Gifting.
no, it's called getting paid. Just like how the
Getting
just
paid.
You
just
still
like
getting paid nowadays?
well, just like how the French teacher paid
If he lose
me
them,
for calling
he
me by the wrong name.
So he paid you because he told you, said
No, remember back in middle school?
what?
Story time, story time, story time.
I
okay.
thought the story time was the accent I've been in.
No,
Okay,
sure.
we'll get to
This is
that.
another accident.
Um,
And don't worry, Shrita, this story is also going to be a car crash.
No, this was actually pretty good. So this was back when Dave and I were at Arsenal. I was in eighth grade. He was in sixth.
I was
A,
there.
a
Not at
new
that
other side of
time,
the
Shrita.
building.
You were at
Yeah,
Wolf
not
School.
that time.
a new French teacher had started at the school, replacing the one that I had for the first 2 years. So she kept getting David and I confused by our names.
You do look alike.
So
That's the one sibling that I don't think they
See
could
what it looks
confuse
like.
with any of the rest.
Yeah.
well, no. Here's what
Talking
happened.
about Rob, right? Talking
Yeah,
about Rob, right? Okay.
someone could have called Shrita Dave, and I'd be like, "Hey, I get it."
No, so what ended up happening was apparently she came to a deal with David that every time she called David by my name, she would have to pay him 10 cents. So when I heard about that deal, I told her, okay, every since I'm older, every time you call me by his name, you gotta pay me a quarter. I swear, I made $5 off of her that year. At least.
That's not very much.
Well, she's lucky I didn't charge her for parent teacher conference.
Who are you to charge a teacher?
Yeah, that's crazy.
If I charged her for parent teacher conference, that'd been
And
another $10.
and this is like what grade you were in?
I was in eighth, you were in
Hey,
sixth.
extorting teachers.
All your life, you have a problem with thinking you're in charge of someone. In the eighth grade, you thought, what's your language to say? You
Look at his
should have
face.
charged-
Close your mouth.
Oh,
Close
wait,
your
hold
mouth.
on.
You should have charged. Who do you think you are?
You were making money too. You
I
were
don't
making
remember
money
this deal. That's
first.
the crazy thing. I don't
That
remember
doesn't just because he was making money doesn't make
It
it
doesn't make
any
you
less
entitled
wrong.
to anything, Rob. Nothing is
No,
free. Nothing is equal here.
No, it's supposed to be
If
motivation.
Dave's getting paid, I need to be paid and more.
Well, no, it's supposed to be motivation to get the names right. You know how like there's a swear jar.
Do you know how much teachers were being paid in the 90s, Rob? Are you serious?
I don't care what your name is. I'll call you what I want to call you. I'm lucky if I know your name.
The teachers making $11 an hour, losing $5 a week to Rob.
All by the name.
Yeah, she would not. She would not be making any money if I charged for parent teacher conference.
What do you mean? What do you mean charge? Like so?
You could not enforce that.
I could have. I should have.
You know,
How?
Dave,
How were you going to enforce that?
that
Oh,
teacher,
no.
you could have said, "Hey, my name's not Dave. My name's Robert." That teacher could have looked over at you and said, "Hey, but take a look at this."
No.
Robert outside the classroom.
Don't care.
No. Here's what happened at parent teacher conference. So she starts says like David's doing this good, David's doing that good, David's doing all these things good. Now,
But
mind you,
Robert is. Oh.
well, no. What happened? Here's the thing, though. They already talked to a few other teachers, and all the other teachers said David did this bad, David did that bad. It's like, oh, this is a class where David's doing well. And it's like, oh, wait a minute. I was talking about Robert the whole time. This year, when David did this bad, David did that bad, and yeah.
And they didn't talk about how Robert extorted them for money.
Yeah, how Robert paid his teachers to sit
How
in front.
Robert said he should have enforced it.
Yeah.
David was getting paid first.
What
does
does
not
that?
make it-
What does
as
that
the
matter? It does not make
older
what
bro-
you did right.
So-
See,
As an older brother,
See-
you should have known.
see, when Dave had a deal and you got jealous, that's extortion.
Rob Stoddard was like, "Oh, slavery is happening over here. I know it's not good, but I'm gonna start it over here too. I'm sure."
I'm gonna get this money.
It's called eldest privilege.
That's not a
It's not
thing.
a privilege. It's
Extortion.
extortion.
Yeah, the word privilege. You know who you sound like?
Put it on the banner. Rob found out he committed extortion.
Extortion. Like this. Who are you? I mean, I know who you are, but
Yeah, but no, we don't. Every time I find out the story about Rob, I'm like, I don't
every
know
week.
this guy. I don't know this guy at all.
Something different. I was like, yo, Rob might be a criminal, y'all.
I don't think it's might at this point.
I think exactly
Just
he
saying.
is a criminal. Oh, speaking of like just siblings and whatnot, Sharita, your doppelganger said she would love to be a guest on this.
Oh, you talking about Bree McGee?
No, she knows who her doppelganger
You said
is.
yeah. He told me that before. I said Jada, but she don't talk.
Oh yeah, I did. She was like Jada. I was like, no, Renee.
Oh, David's muted himself.
Mind your business. You know what I did.
You
muted
absolutely muted yourself. Brittany was talking. Brittany was talking to you. You didn't want to hear how reckless she speaks to you. I understand you don't have the
It was,
control in your
it
house.
was nothing but love.
You heard me right.
But who's the doppelganger? Your kid?
Or do my kids look like Sharita? Get out your butt
Hey.
right now. First of all,
I'm scratching my butt.
That was my exact wedgie face. I'm like, I make that exact one.
yeah, no, but Renee was saying that she would like to be a guest on this
How she found out about it?
because some of us share the link and the rest of us don't.
I guess at this point you should be careful what you say, then, right?
No, because I'm gonna speak freely here, and I'll send the link to your mom. I don't care.
Who's that?
Your mom? Who's your mom?
Oh, mother texted me like 2 weeks ago, and I decided to text her back for the first time in I don't know how long.
Did y'all text her on Mother's Day?
She said I lost that $30. No, I did not.
No, I seen her the next day after. No, I did not.
I haven't talked to her since I lost that $30 on her birthday.
Was it 30 or 50? You said.
It was 30, and I was like, that was too much.
Oh, it's
But
coming
what
back.
happened?
It's coming back around next month.
Did she ask to
not
borrow?
gonna-
Did she ask to borrow money?
No, she just she beat around the bush and then finally asked for it for her birthday. But then I ain't talked to her for like a year and a half. So
Sharita gave it and gave her that money. She better
and
than
then
me.
I was like, I'm done with this.
No, you gotta go by the cousin die rule. The cousin die rule is simple.
If they're blacker than you, you don't owe them anything.
Well, no.
I'm free.
Any-
I'm free.
You hear me, Lisa?
No, anytime there's a family function, you have two pockets of money. And one pocket's all your regular money. Nobody knows you have that. And the other pocket's your lending money. That's the money that you lend to family members. And you got like 20 bucks. You got 20 bucks in there.
It was her birthday. It wasn't that big of a deal, but I just thought it was wild that I hadn't talked to her like in 2 years. And she
Hey,
was
mom, the day you were born is not that big of a deal. You hear me? Take it easy.
No, giving her money wasn't a big deal. It was just the fact that I hadn't talked to you like in 2 years, and it was like, dang, so wish someone gave me some money.
Sharita doesn't believe in her creator.
When is her birthday? When is it really?
Is it the 15th or 17th?
The 18th?
Of which, yeah, because she goes the
18th?
18th. You know, she goes, I celebrate the 18th and the 16th. You can't be born both those days.
It's
You
the
celebrate birthdays, though.
It's the 18th. So what I think that was, I think it was like one of those other like foster story things where like you grew up in like group homes and like you grew up thinking she had one birthday, then like found out her birthday was on a separate day.
Which means that the first one was not your birthday. You don't keep walking around saying that.
Sure, well, just treat her like an immigrant. Tell her birthday is December 31st or January 1st. That's what they do to immigrants. I found out because we had one on our soccer team, and I was like talking to him, and like he was like 4, and like he was from like somewhere like the islands or something.
Guatemala.
Yeah, whatever. No, but he wasn't that color. He was like from like Africa probably. But but the point being was like we were out like
being treat your mom like an immigrant if you want to know her birthday. That's what you said.
If she treated her like an immigrant, she'd be treating her better than she does right now.
Wow!
I just don't talk to her for like 2 years at a time.
Wow. Harsh much.
To be fair, I talked to her at that funeral. She said, "How have you been?" I said, "Good. How have you been?" She said, "Good."
Yeah, y'all have such an awkward relationship, man.
She said
I treat
funeral.
her like I treat every other person on the street. I'm polite, but that's as far as this goes. Like, oh, you talk to me. Okay, I'll talk back.
I'm glad
Well,
I ain't my kids, man. I beat y'all up.
You wouldn't
What
know.
do you mean, y'all?
You
What
wouldn't know
have
where
I?
I live to beat me up.
What have I done?
Scarlet. Immigrant? all about a birthday? We have 2 days to pick from. You thought was like, no. Either 31st or the first. Immigrant.
Because that is how she treats her mother. That is an issue that Shrita and Laverne or Lucretia, whoever she wants to be called, have to take up.
question,
I don't have to
question,
take it
Happy
up. I
Mother's
just keep
Day.
not
que-
talking about it.
question,
Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Love you.
question about that immigrant comment.
Rob's about to take us into another deep. See, Rob, see, y'all
Isn't
think,
that kind
y'all
of
think,
sort of? Isn't that kind of sort of racist?
no, because it
It's
happens with
actually
all immigrants.
factual.
Yeah, and it's a fact. They,
What facts?
No, I
like,
know it's facts.
if
I know
your
it's
birthday
facts,
isn't
but
documented when you come here, they just like you get one of those 2 days as your birthday, and that's what
yeah,
they.
I know it's fact. It doesn't stop it from being.
It's not racist because it happens to people of all races who just aren't born in America.
Including your own mother.
hmm She's from Swahili or wherever they speak Swahili at.
Really?
Look, if you do a 23andMe, your grandma is coming up somewhere in Africa.
Yeah,
Man, she not
I
your grandma?
refuse.
Which grandma? Because I know
Both.
grandma on dad's side from down south. What are you talking about?
They're from Alabama, man.
Yeah, which
Which
means
lets
at
you
some point
know
in time,
that
Africa.
they were off the boat 3 generations.
Is that what
I
happened?
refuse to do 23andMe.
How else
Mostly
they get there? That's Alabama, Dave.
they.
Ike?
Rob.
That's why he was excelling in French.
Yeah. All Dave knows,
Wait,
all he knew in French was what he was supposed to say, omelette du fromage.
I'm let do fromage.
That's all he knows.
I'm let do fromage. I'm let do fromage. Now I know a couple numbers. Un, deux, trois, quatre.
Seat, say, oui,
That's all I got for you.
VJ.
No,
Oh,
I won't
oh,
do it.
Parlez-vous Francois?
another French word. Croissant.
I'm more.
Boss.
I'm
Rob, put
more.
the banner up now. It says boss.
I'm more preferential to Pierre Escargot.
Snail.
Oh, snail, yeah.
No, you remember the Pierre Escargot segment from all that?
Oh
Tina
yeah, my
Thompson
bro.
in the
Yeah.
bathtub wearing the
The
raincoat
raincoat,
and
yeah.
the fin.
I remember that a bit, but I mostly remember it's the girls' room
Oh, they're making the book? I'm sorry.
and
It says like 2 pages of each kid or something.
anyways.
Or orange soda.
Anyways, I refuse to do a 23andMe. And it's not for my sake. It's that, now your DNA is going to be on file somewhere. And what if my grandchild decides to commit a heinous crime and it's my DNA they used to go, dang. But we know it's one of her grandkids because we got her DNA. And now I'm like a snitch, okay? I'm like a snitch from the past whose DNA has been used into my own grandkid.
But how old are you?
Have it.
How old are you to be total recalled? No one here has ever seen the movie Total Recall.
No.
I've heard of it. But Reed, I guess in that case, I mean, you have to have kids. I mean, do you plan on having kids or something?
How do you think grandkids get here, David? What do you think I was thinking?
I mean, that's,
She gave you the base story. She said grandkids, and you said, "Well, you have to have kids." Word.
you just seem like you living your best life. That and as much as you talk about like kids being like horrible creatures and people, you
What?
like
I love kids. I love my nieces, my nephews. I like stranger kids.
you love them because they're not yours.
I don't think you should legally say that as an adult.
Yes,
I
just kids.
like kids. Kids are
Well,
cool.
she's a woman. She can say that safely.
That's not
But,
how this works.
No, the times have changed.
But I just refused to snitch on one of my descendants one day, and I've seen it too much. It goes, well, we got like some old person's DNA, and I'm like,
They saw some crime recently because of somebody's DNA.
So, wow, they solve a lot of crimes by DNA.
Well, no, it was like someone like back in the day.
So
it ain't gonna be mine.
You
But
guys
it was
don't
still
think
like
that
one
they're
of those
like collecting the
DNA
DNA to
tests.
make like a database just to use for future heinous things that the government is up to?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that is gonna occur.
I think it goes beyond the crimes.
And I wouldn't be surprised either. I saw one episode of some show where some guy, they thought he committed a crime, and they couldn't get his DNA, but his daughter had gone for like an exam in college, and
And got him.
they got her DNA from college, and was like, dang, so we know it was. I was like, no, all because your daughter wanted to be educated. Like,
Speaking of DNA, I watched a doc on Netflix called Our Family. It's about a fertility doctor who instead of
Yes.
using donor sperm,
Use his
used
own-
his,
His
he
own.
used his
I
own
saw that
sperm.
It
today.
has
Oh.
a ton of kids.
A handful of kids, Dave. Like they were in like they were doing 23andMe, and they were like, yeah, I came back. It said who my mom was. It said my dad was unknown, but it said I had 23 half siblings.
I know one of those. The girl was especially mad because the guy had been her doctor like later in
Yeah,
life.
he was her. He was like her guy and stuff
The
later in
dad.
life. Yeah,
Like, if you knew, I know you knew.
Like,
Well, I don't think he necessarily knew exactly which ones were like
Rob.
his
No,
by
no,
the
no,
name, but
no, Rob. Some of the families, he was like he delivered the kids. He would go see the kids at the home growing up and stuff.
gotta be
oh,
a kid's
so
life.
he was actually playing
he
baby
was
daddy.
he was trying to be an active father.
Yeah, who's mad about that? I appreciate him. That's 20-something kids.
Who's mad about that? No, the people who thought that their mom's husband was their dad, the person they called dad growing up the whole time, and they're
It's
like,
not the parents' responsibility. They should have told the kids that this wasn't their real dad.
the parents didn't know. So
Well,
so the
that-
parents were thinking that, hey, this is the donor sperm, or they were being inseminated with their husband's sperm,
Right.
and the doctor's just using his own
He's just in the back
without
having
their
the time of
consent.
his life.
He didn't tell them anything at all.
like no one questioned when the kids didn't look like anyone.
He said, "I'll be right back
No,
to this room
so-
to inseminate you."
So some of the kids, like once the story ran on the news, some of the kids realized, because like I think the one lady's husband was like, hey, this girl looks exactly like you. So like all the kids like looked at like blonde hair, blue eyes, and like they all look similar, and they were finding this out at the same time.
Imagine that family reunion.
No, Dave, there's no family reunions. The guy only got caught because the I forget what it was, like the district attorney sent him paperwork about it, and he sent like a letter back that got to the girl where he said, "Oh, I'm this," after he already spoke to her in private and said that he was the father and that he had used his own sperm. He denied it and then threatened to sue her. So once he did that, they were able to actually take him to court, but only for what is it called when you interrupt in a case, like in an investigation. But that's all he was ever charged with.
Interference.
Obstruction.
Yeah, obstruction of justice, and he didn't get
Okay.
any jail time or anything.
Then he
got a
won.
he got a fat no. He settled, so he didn't have to go through the entire court case. I think they said he got they wanted him to do like 5 years in jail. He got no jail time and a $500 fine and court fees. That was it for what he did.
Well,
You know what's
I'm sure he's still liable
He
to a civil
definitely won.
lawsuit.
No,
What?
Rob, he's got away.
He
No
created a
civil
family
case?
and only had to pay $500 for him.
There's no case they said there was no case that can be made since like the wives, like the ladies wanted donor sperm. I mean, he wasn't liable to tell them that it was his. Like there was nothing.
Well, I
And
guess
he-
for the
And
it's
he's out
like-
of practice
it's
now. They said they were like so like they couldn't call it like
medical
they
malpractice.
they couldn't call it malpractice. They couldn't call it rape. They couldn't call it anything like that
Yeah.
because of how it was done and the procedures.
I mean, there were
And-
times like that where you have to make up a new charge. Like you have to make up
And
a new word for the. Like,
I imagine where it's like, well, we want an anonymous sperm, and goes, it was anonymous. You didn't know it came from me.
Yeah, but so like they only like realized because they were like I think a donor sperm isn't supposed to be used more than 3 times. So they're like, hey, at worst case,
People have
you
more than 3
shouldn't
kids
have
every
you
day.
shouldn't have more than 3 siblings.
Yeah, the reason why that rule exists is so that the siblings don't accidentally meet and end up doing something, and then you have issues.
Yeah, but then it turns around they were upset because this guy had he had like different kind of health issues and stuff. So they were like, it's one thing to go and use your own specimen, but to do it knowing that you had health issues and
Yeah,
that
no.
and that like so like a majority of them all suffer from like autoimmune diseases and whatnot from
Oh.
He
him.
was trying to secure his legacy.
secure something, all right.
They
When I-
better, they better than me. Look, I'm like the 25 of us, we can just pull up to the house and
No, actually, I
think you
would
say that.
say I would say the one reason I wouldn't do it.
nobody
23andMe
needs to know.
Well, the one reason I would say I wouldn't. Okay, there's
Rob, put a banner saying, "Who's your daddy?"
security.
Because we want to know.
Yeah, See, that would be a fear. It's like, oh, whoever the man I thought was my father is my father, but that's not in doubt.
You talking about words you? Because I think you're the odd one out of all of us.
Yeah.
I look just like the man.
You look like a man. I don't know if it's that
It's
man.
the man. The man. Is Rob the man?
Like it's not even close.
Turn off this light.
I don't know, man. But how could Vern's genes super like pass you and then hit every other kid?
Slapping
Very
us.
odd.
So
Stop.
so 7 out of 8 kids have 90% Vern's DNA.
And probably
And-
just general like feel about life too, right? I mean, like
Yeah, reckless.
I don't care. I don't care either. Rob is definitely on the opposite side. Man. Like,
Yeah, I don't think Dad cared that much about life, but
yeah, more than mom though.
No, I'm
And
definitely.
that's why
old,
you a junior.
well, I would love to see the 23andMe for you, just to see what your family tree says and where your origins are from.
Right, we're talking about you just clear.
I know, right? Like we all don't have the same thing.
We don't.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
Look at this: 3 different skin tones, and you.
And you.
Actually, Isaac, you're the light one. The rest of us are crispy.
I'm well aware of that.
Why are we using the word crispy? That's what's wrong with people of color.
Yeah.
How are we racist against each other? Why are you trying to segregate us, Rob?
What was that word? It
Segregate.
Segregate.
sounds like you have to say separate
It's
and
not a
segregate at the same time. Separate.
Is that a word?
Segregate us. But yeah, you the problem.
David, you're never mind.
I'm what? Was I frozen?
Nothing, no. It wasn't very
Is
nice.
that a word? Can you spell that?
Why did you capitalize the T in that?
Yeah, aren't you the
Because it's
person
a
who loves
title.
grammar?
Robert, I understand. You don't have to.
He has to answer us now.
He doesn't have to.
No. I mean, the thing is, part of the reason I want to do is because then it pulls up all of mom's stuff.
Please don't
And-
do it. I think one of my kids or grandkids may commit a crime one day.
Do it for us.
Yeah, do it.
I'll put $5 towards it.
I mean, if you guys
You know how
don't,
expensive those are. You better be dropping 50.
You wanted to do it anyways. Why should he do anything?
I don't know. If he drops 50, then that means you're only paying like the other half. Some of them
It's
are
not
like
even his
deals and stuff.
DNA.
You ain't $5 off the French teacher, but I gotta give you more as someone who's related, maybe
Extortion.
related to you. Like,
Family.
That money went towards your bus fare.
what bus? I
Don't
never
tell
walked to school.
David what his money went towards.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I spent it on candy. I don't know who you think you are.
Now, what my money went towards.
Also, anyways, Father keeps telling me several of you guys' business whenever he gets the chance, which I know. And I keep going.
Oh, I
"Stop
don't have
telling
any,
me
so
their business. I keep
I-
telling him that. So, David, you once saw a house in Penn Hills.
Yeah, see, that's how like you don't. Are you even familiar with Penn Hill? Because you don't live here, but it's like you wouldn't even know
I-
that unless you talk to him.
I literally didn't ask him at all. He said, "Yeah, you know, David saw a house in Penn Hills." I was like, "Why would you told me that?" Well, I didn't even ask you.
Is
Have
that
you-
like
have you
do they
ever
have a
heard
better
of
school
Pitt
district
Hills?
out there?
Of course, I've heard of Penn
We
Hills,
didn't,
Robert.
we like some part of the house. We didn't like the entire house. We were not moving forward with that one.
Did you accept the offer in your house?
Yeah, we've been accepted off.
Oh, I didn't know there was an offer in your house. Man, it almost seems like days. Stop telling me things after the initial thing.
We talked on the call. Maybe you didn't watch the whole video.
Yeah, that
What
was the
call?
last episode.
Mm.
Was I not here?
You were here. You missed one.
Yeah, so it wasn't last.
You don't be listening. That's what's going on here.
I was here.
Put in the comment section. Does Isaac listen? I'm answering no. Useless. But yeah, we're in the contingency or in contract phase of our life.
Yeah, I don't know. So like, I was like looking around, like they're like, oh, like most of like the better high schools are out towards like North Hills and stuff like that.
Mhm. So you're going to
So we did have a topic for this show. We're 30 minutes in.
yeah.
long-
Honestly, how long should these episodes be? 'Cause we just be talking forever sometimes.
One was like 49, I thought, minutes, right? Something like that.
Like that is so inappropriate.
So what do you get? What, just the oddness of 49 or just a random number?
The
Just
length of
length,
49
yeah.
minutes. Like,
So let me put this. So the first episode that was posted was 31:01.
Ray
The
Roberts gonna
second
spend
one
the
was
last
posted was
few seconds of 30
49:10.
minutes
Because
thinking about
I,
times.
I feel that one,
The
where
third one
Rob
posted
said
was
he was special, and we ended on that. I feel like I don't know how long the episode was, but that was an excellent ending to it.
we got third. I think that was maybe the third one was 29:42.
Yeah, I think episodes shouldn't be longer than 30 minutes. I say as I'm looking at this live count.
And then the fourth one was
Taking right past
45:35.
See, sure that's where you take the gutsy move and just exit us out. I don't think episodes should be more than 30 minutes. I'll see you guys later. I'm reading this.
Wrap it up.
So we ended on that. Well, if we're ending on that, just
I
hit
don't
the
know,
like.
I feel like you always do this, right?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
hit the
Robert
like
has
button.
the worst
feel awkward.
entrances, the worst exits.
Yeah, I felt like Shrita was here to solely tell us a story about her accident and didn't get to it.
Robert kept talking about his train wreck of a French class.
I told you it was going to be
And all we learned is that he's a criminal who wants to now look at his DNA.
to see who his mastermind
to
father
make sure
is.
to make sure he hasn't been caught doing anything.
It's Mojo Jojo, only person I've seen with a big head like that in my life.
Oh, Joe.
Hit the like button, subscribe button, comment, hit the notification bell so you actually get the notification.
I'm not done with you.
If you like this show, share it out. Which means we should probably be sharing it out as well.
Who's been telling you guys that for weeks? Me.
Wish us luck on our next episode.
Bye.
I'm on your
Bye.
head next episode.
Thanks for watching the video. We appreciate it. Hit that like button, subscribe to get more content. Hit the bell, get notified on all our new videos. Feel free to leave a comment. Rob said that helps with the algorithm, whatever that is. But leave a comment. Let us know what your thoughts are. What do you want to talk about? What do you want us to talk about? Let us know what it's like for you growing up as a sibling. I mean, if you're not a sibling, I don't know what you are. But we all we got. That's UnderWhat. Peace.